Oh, yay. Hmm. Well, we're resolved to having to be in the bedroom where the lighting is not that great and where, um, but the good news is, the bad news is the internet is moving very slow, but the good news is the internet is still functional. So, we just have to be thankful for small favors here. Okay, so at least our internet is functioning at this point, which is a great thing, and I'm happy about that. The temperature has dropped like a rock. It's going to be probably going to be close to freezing tonight. So I am bundled up. I have had to turn the heat on. My heart goes out to all the Europeans. I am definitely intending better things for you because I know how it is to be freezing, and I know that you guys are going to be freezing. Some of you. You need to get ready, and we need to do some intention work for you guys. I'm going to talk about that tonight too, because I love you, and I don't want to see you freeze to death. I certainly don't want to freeze to death either. We've got to clear this stuff up. What can we do? Maybe more than you think. Like I've been saying, we're not powerless. However, there are going to be some challenges, rather large challenges for some folks. But tonight, I thought it might be interesting, since I can't do the topic I wanted to do tonight because I'm still having trouble with my PC. We have internet functioning now. We got to get the PC all working. I still can't use my mouse, um, for some reason. I may need to get a new one. I don't know. But anyway, there's a few other things, but we're making headway. The PC may be another milestone that we have to cross. My stomach is burbling a little bit, so I'm drinking some hot tea, some hot peppermint and ginger tea, which is absolutely delicious with a little bit of honey in it. Oh my goodness. Fresh ginger. So thankful we can get fresh ginger here. And we can get fresh sprigs of fresh mint. My gosh, that is wonderful. I mean, my two favorite. If you have anything um, going on with your stomach, those are the two of the best herbs. Seriously. And of course, um, the ginger is uh, the ginger is a general tonic, so it's good with anti-inflammatory too. So basically, these two together are very good. And then I also, whoa, there goes my nose running. Ah, the temperature dropped like a rock. Anyway, I'll get used to it. Um, those two are great, really. And then I have some in the fridge with a little bit of lemon in it too, and a bit of cinnamon. And that's real good too. I don't have any sweetener in that though, but I wanted some sweetener tonight. I needed to be sweetened up a little. So just a helpful tip for anybody who might be having some stomach issues out there. This actually, ginger did the trick for somebody that was having issues with gluten. Interestingly enough, the person who helps me, her son was having bad effects every time he ate bread, but somehow um, if he has ginger tea with it, it doesn't bother him. Must be the anti-inflammatory stuff. So sorry about the angle, sorry about the lighting, sorry. But you know. Mm. Anyway, I'm just glad some stuff is working. Um, I don't know about the power yet. It seems like it's holding up, but if it suddenly goes dark, you'll know what happened. The phone will still work probably because it's charged a little bit, but there are a lot of other things won't. I might be suddenly in the dark. And then we'll tell spooky stories, which I intend to do anyway at some point. So that'll be fun. So one of the reasons I wanted to talk about animals tonight is because my other topic is kind of sidelined until I get on the PC because I got stuff I want to show you. I have other pages I want to open and so on. One of the things I want to do, I'll just give you like a little preview. I want to do planets that are going into retrograde, exactly what a planetary retrograde means for any planet. And I want to go into what it's going to mean for the individual planets a little bit. And we'll go into that. I found a source for that. I hope I hadn't lost it now, but I'm sure I'll find it or another one again. But me not being really a full-fledged astrologer, but being just enough of an astrologer to be able to understand it enough to kind of tear the guts out of a chart and say, okay, this is basically what's going on. It's not my main emphasis. I had so many other things to do, but it's good to know a little bit of everything so that you have a chance to understand it in an integrated way, to understand what's going on in the world in an integrated way, holistically. Although some astrologers said, I know a heck of a lot more than I think I do. So maybe I'm not that bad. But I never could get into the ephemera, these big old thick ephemerises and stuff, and working with those and having to look up. Pardon me. This is going to be happening while I'm acclimating to the new temperature. So you guys and gals and everybody out there, don't get on my back about pronouns. Hey, Amber's Para World, how you doing, sweetheart? Haven't seen you in a little while. This means somebody got the announcement. I'm so happy. People don't always get my announcements. So YouTube doesn't like everybody equally, that's for sure. Where's this equity? Where's the equity we hear about? I don't see it. Anyway. I'm great. For the most part, a little frozen, but you know, a little cold. It's cold here. It dropped like a rock temperature just went, oh, you know, dropped like a cement falcon. So, but other than that, I had to turn on the stove and cook some things just so my little betta wouldn't freeze because he doesn't have a heater, just a light bulb. So freezing. I know. Oh, you might get snow. Yeah, it could happen. It could happen this week. It could happen as early as this week for us. So I gotcha. All of a sudden, guess what? It's fall. And the temperatures did. They just fell. Boom. And this is Ohio. We You can have all four seasons in one day in Ohio. It's fun. Well, but your body doesn't get used to it that fast sometimes. My body takes a little while to get used to these things. It's just something I'm used to. Getting used to it. Getting used to having to get used to it. So, I thought I'd talk about animal spirits. It's a topic that a lot of people love. Animal helpers. We love our pets. We love our wild animals. Everybody on this show is, I'm sure, that comes in here has got a beloved pet story. So, you know what, Amber? You don't think you're cut out for cold, and that's why a lot of people, I think, move to Florida. Of course, DeSantis may be the reason other people move to Florida. I know that some people are fixing to move to Florida because of that, um, but the storm that they just had is a reason I don't, because I'm not sure. I don't know though. I'm kind of used to storms. It may not bother me the same. Maybe I need to go to maybe I need to go to Florida, live in Florida, or at least visit there. I used to have relatives there, but not anymore. Oh, your cat that passed last summer comes and visits. Ah, yes, it's true. It's true, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to talk about that for sure. Oh, you're in West Virginia and it's still so cold? Dang, girl. Dang. Yeah. Mm. Okay, so let me do my little thing that I do at the beginning here every time. Hi, this is D Ocean's Deep Woo, and I happen to be D Ocean. And this is basically a place where we do the deepest of woo. We cover all things paranormal, metaphysical, spiritual, um, and woo related of all kinds. This is everything from aliens and spirits and dogmen and time shift. It doesn't matter. We'll talk about it. We don't care. All of that is fun to us. All of that's our stuff. And we're mostly experiencers here. If you're not, that's okay. And if you are, that's great. Please tell us about it. And please be kind to all the experiencers because we value their stories. We are disclosure. We disclose to each other. We are the disclosure. Remember that. We do not need the government telling us that something is to know that it is. Okay? We will tell each other. Whether the government decides to tell us or not is all on them. We'll tell each other. How about that? Hey, Justin. Howdy. Howdy. I wonder if my little kitty will come. He's snuggled away somewhere. I'm surprised because I've been moving around so he can't snuggle up with me. So he's probably snuggled, sleeping in his cat cave or something. He might come out and join us. Who knows? It'd be kind of nice, but when it gets cold like this, he kind of snuggles up somewhere. Me too. My goodness, I'm all snuggled in my fleece hoodie here in my room because my phone was not charging up. I think electric's been our electric's been a little screwy, like I've been saying. But anyway, okay, and the other thing I always say is remember, this is just tips, tricks, and hacks for that massively multiplayer holofractal total immersion. Yeah, it is total immersion, isn't it? Oh boy. Learning game we call Life on Planet Earth. It has nothing to do with real life, which takes place outside the Matrix. Oh, you had exceptionally warm weather today, Justin. Would you send me a bag of hot air? Oh, wait a minute. That would be a politician. Never mind. I usually have frost. Well, you suckers stole our warm weather. It's all your fault. You stole all our warm weather, didn't you? I saw you. Them varmints, they'll steal your warm weather. Them Europeans. Well, that's okay, brother. You enjoy it. Send us warm thoughts, 'cause it just dropped like a rock over here. Yeah. We're about to have frost probably this week. And I mean, it was 60s. Now it's 30s. So, boom. Anyway, we want to talk about our beloved pets. And Amber was just talking about her beloved pet, our pets and our wild animals that visit us. And Amber was just talking about her kitty that passed last summer and visits often, and everybody sees him and hears him. People ask me about this, and it's like, honestly, thank you, Justin. We need to use our Reiki, I guess. You know what? If you use Reiki, you'll get warm really fast. Maybe we should just all turn on our Reiki. But honestly, you know, any pet owner that's sensitive and can sense things like this, they all say they've been visited, pretty much been visited by pets before. And some pets visit on a regular basis. Some of them do. Mine have all visited me. James Ortiz, how you doing? You tease, James Ortiz. He's such a tease. No, he's an Ortiz. I'm kidding. So you, so basically, I just thought it would be fun to discuss our pets. I mean, we love our pets and our wild animals come to visit. I mean, we have I counted like 5 different kinds of pollinators pollinating our flowers over here. And every time I would pass by them, I'd say, "Hi, ladies, nice to see you." But then I noticed somebody was breaking our bush. It had broken lots of the branches off of our bush there. I guess they were getting tired of being slapped in the face with the blooms and having the bees like right out there. I noticed that our bees took off a few days ago, even when it was still kind of warmish. Hope nobody did anything to them. Hope they're okay. So Okay, so basically, that's another thing. Our wild animals, I had bees that were good friends of mine when I had my garden, and they would listen to me. They were almost like pets. Beekeepers talk about this too. They're almost like pets. They'll listen to you, they'll pay attention to you. Once they get used to you, they'll be very gentle and just crawl on you. As long as you don't crush one, you're okay. Um, they do see this quite a lot. Um, I used to just pick grapes while they were eating grape. They were right all over the grapes. They love grapes. My God. Bees, I tell you, the Concord grapes, that must have been good honey. I never took their honey, but that must have been really good honey because they were collecting from the grapes too. And they just loved them, man. And I'd have my hands right down in there picking grapes, and people would be freaking out. And it's like, don't worry, they're not going to hurt me. They never did hurt me. I'd say, you guys, I'm picking these grapes. You go over and you can have those grapes over there. Okay, work on those. And they would. They'd move right over. They'd fly up and move right over where I sent them. And they were actually, bees are sweet little beings. They have instincts like everything else. If you crush one, they're going to swarm you. But they are sweet little beings, really, for the most part. Our domestic bees are very kind, very gentle compared to some places. I mean, you've heard stories. But, oh, the color from your jog is at the old house. 1962. Hmm. You mean you left the collar there, or not sure what you mean? But, so it's not just, I think pretty much every pet I had. Oh, sorry, I just had to have a little chocolate too. I had to. I didn't really have to, but I really wanted a little piece of chocolate. Kind of mollify myself for freezing. Yeah. Yeah, the bees don't generally sting me. Not even wild ones that I don't know. They usually, people act like they're going to die when a bee comes around them. It's like they're just looking at you. They usually circle you and fly away. It's usually what happens. Okay, what's this? Okay, don't look like a threat. Bye-bye. Usually. Yeah. And my bees were very sweet. So, and really you learn a lot from them. I think I was connecting with their hive mind a lot. Um, when they started building in our house, in our siding, I talked them into going back to the old shed, and they listened. They picked up, moved shop back to the old, moved house right back to our old shed. And we didn't use much, and had a lovely life there, uh, unbothered. So, because I told them that um, my ex-husband, he was allergic, and he said, "You can't stay here. He's going to bring an exterminator. I don't want you exterminated. I want you to live. Please move to the back shed." And they listened. It's different than what we think. We have a tendency to um, not people have a tendency, I don't know why. People have a tendency to think that animals don't have a soul. It's very strange. I don't know. There have been writings that suggest that they have a tendency to embody a spirit from being around us. I'm not sure I entirely understand that. That was some of the channeled stuff, and that was actually some of the stuff that I heard is that actually we're the ones that sort of draw that into them, that draw. The only thing I can think of is could it be that it's because their Abbeys are, our friends on the other side decide to come into those Abbeys to help us? I mean, it's just a thought, but what if, our friends on the other side, maybe they don't want to be here too long. They just want to give us a little message or something. And they come into those avatars just for a short time, to be here just for a short time, because animals don't live as long, just to help us. Could it be that that's why we have these things happen? Um, I mean, most of our pets, if you think about it, do have a tendency to be highly empathic. Even my little guinea pig was very empathic. So, you know, I'd kind of like to hear your stories too. But I had a guinea pig, and I had he was not a prize guinea pig or anything, but I called him Dagwood because he liked to. When he groomed himself, he parted his hair down the middle, and it'd fly out on either side. He was a white crested white, and they have usually a little white tuft there. He had only a partially white one, so he wasn't really a very prized specimen, but he would part his hair literally down the middle and it would fly out either side like Dagwood Bumstead. And strangely enough, the female that we found for him, we finally found a female for him, and she was a golden. And so of course we had to name her Blondie. So they were quite a pair, but it was quite evident to me Dagwood had a different spirit in him than Blondie. Blondie was a full-fledged white crested. Um, she was just different. I mean, she literally was a blonde. She really was blonde, you know what I mean? So, but um, oh, there was a priest that had animal blessings. He would go to ranches too. Well, that's lovely. Bees never sting me because I don't panic when they're around. Without any protection, I've helped collecting honey from beehives in LN. Oh, really, Justin? I didn't know that. LN is the world's richest place in bee species. They have a huge export of bees. Wonderful. Wow, I had no idea. Really? Yeah. Um, well, bees, we wouldn't, like they say, if anything happens to the bees, we're next. We're the next to go because we will not make it without the bee pollinating. Uh, Without the bees, we won't make it. We really depend on them. Most of the ecology depends on them. They're really an integral key piece. So if I see somebody, spraying at them or something, or trying to exterminate them or something, I get very irate. It's like, don't you know what you're doing? I mean, even certain types of wasps are not dangerous unless you piss them off somehow. So, and for those of you who are European, that means anger them. Pissed off is angry. But Alhand, the world's richest place in bee species. That's cool. Healthy, and they don't have parasites. Oh, well, how lovely. So there is a place that's kind of a bee sanctuary where if anything happens, we can replenish the bees. It's good to know. Well, God bless my land. Am I saying that right? Millions of bees go into the pecan orchards. Oh, well, that would be interesting. Yeah, in my area, I was the one growing the sweet, lovely Concord grapes. So I was very popular with all the bees. My yard was very popular. They loved my yard because when those grapes would start coming ripe, man, they would be all over them. Um, so it's not just flower nectar that they collect. They'll collect from grapes too. They were absolutely intelligent. And I don't know, was it the hive mind that was intelligent? Somehow I don't think individual bees really have that much awareness. I think they may be truly a hive mind, and that individual bees may not be that because they seem to move. It's strange. When they would move, they would all, and I would say, "Get out of here, guys," and wave my hand, "Get over there." They would all rise at once, like they were one unit. It was kind of interesting. So I don't know, but I kind of suspect that living in a hive mind is quite a bit different from what we're used to. There might not be much individuality in a hive mind. Anyway, okay, so Åland is a small archipelago state up north between Finland and Sweden with fresh air, little agriculture, and no pesticides used. Oh, so it's a little paradise. It's a little wildlife paradise there. Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah. We have uh we have places here that are sanctuaries, like bird sanctuaries and stuff. And you can see almost any kind of bird stopping by. We have a lot of geese. Canada geese always come through here because we have a lot of wetland. We have a lot of lakes and rivers and stuff. So there's lots of food. And you know, there's lots of nice places to swim and so on. And um, they always stop here on their way. So we hear them all the time honking on the way in and the way out. But now here's the weird thing that I have never figured out. And I guess maybe they're called, are they a type of sparrow or something? I've forgotten now. But we have a type of bird that make a river in the sky every time the the seasons are changing. I mean, when we're going from winter to summer, summer to winter. I call it Bird River because it literally looks like a river of birds. But they fly. I've never figured this out. Um, when they fly out of here, they fly north. whatever their path is takes them north through here. And it takes them northwest. So wherever their migratory flight is, I'm thinking, man, they're going to be freezing their little tail feathers off. Because, but you can see them and it looks honestly like a river there. And it just goes on and on and on, and it can be miles long. Thousands and thousands of birds. So, that's kind of a sight. It's hard to get a picture of them though. They move really fast and they just look like it just looks like your picture is full of little black specks. So it's hard to get a decent picture of any of them, but um, it's just one of those sights that you get here and pretty regularly. Yeah, as a matter of fact, seasonally. They come in and then they go away. Why they go north? I never have figured that out. Maybe I'll have to research that one day. Anyway, yeah, I mean, we have a lot of wildlife here, fortunately. I'm on the edge of the country. We have a lot of deer. We don't have moose or anything like that. That's farther north. We have deer, raccoon, possum, that kind of thing, groundhog, voles and moles and all that kind of stuff, owls, all kinds of birds. We have tons of wildlife here. So I get tons of messages from animals all the time. Um, I get animal messages constantly when I go outside. So this is one of the ways nature communicates with us is through the animals, through the wild animals. So it's something to be aware of. If you're being visited by a wild animal, it could very well be a message, and often is, at least to the Indians, Native Americans. We think so. We see it that way. So basically, I've had many pets. I've had many pets return. Some of them I've had long conversations with. I mean, those of us who are able to do that with our animals, we have learned lots of bizarre and interesting facts. First of all, they definitely know more about us than you would believe. They learn us, they study us. Our pets study us. I mean, it's amazing what they know about us. And, I guess there was a joke circulating for a while. If God ever wanted to know all about you, he'd just ask your pets because we don't hide things from them as much as we do from other people. But hey, Black Dragon, haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. Yeah, we're basically so fortunate to be able to have these things in our lives. And if you have an animal that is coming back to visit you from the other side, I'd like to hear your stories about it too. If you have anything to say about that, to tell us about that, because if you think about it, that is another kind of disclosure. People keep acting like they keep trying to act like there's nothing. Why are we even featuring that there's nothing on the other side of death? I mean, that's a theory that somebody came up with. It's an atheistic theory, and okay, you can be an atheist if you want to. But frankly, that's another thing that we have all kinds of evidence. All kinds of evidence We have enough eyewitnesses that once again, in a court of law, somebody would be in the pen by now. Would have been in the pen for thousands of years, in fact. Obviously, there's something beyond death. I don't know how we can even still, how people even still get by with saying there's not. I don't even understand that. It's like saying, no, that isn't air you're breathing. It's not air, you're just imagining air. Okay. It's crazy. Why can't people just accept what is? Well, because they have cognitive dissonance. And maybe it makes them feel better to think that animals don't have spirits because, we eat animals. It's true. We slaughter and eat them. However, if you think about it, a lot of animals are made to be eaten. Um, and I know some of my vegetarian and vegan friends would want to shoot me for saying so. But honestly, they have some kind of pipe dream about seeing very old animals and so on if we would stop and blah, blah, blah. But truly, predators eat these animals. And I hate to tell you, but yeah, humans are a predatory species. Yep. So, we don't have to be. I mean, we can be a lot nicer about it. I mean, honestly, this doesn't mean we should have factory farms. I'm very against factory farms. It's funny because my vegan friend was saying, you're such good friends with your little beta fish, but here you are cooking fish for dinner. Can you explain that to me? I said, you know what? Fish will eat each other. They'll eat anything that comes into their mouth. If I didn't eat them, maybe one of his brothers would. Um, it's not like I'm saving his life. However, this little guy over here, I'm giving him a very good life. He's safe from predators. He's safe from other fish that want to eat him. He's having a really good life for a beta, and probably a much longer one. What's the morality of that? I don't know. But if you think about it, we're food too. Oh, yes, we are. There are things that'll eat a human being. Absolutely. And not think about it. And not be conflicted and guilty over it. Yeah. Mankind's the only creature that, is conflicted over what to eat. I'm not saying, this is nothing for morals. I don't know what your ideas are on this, but honestly, we're food too. And then after we die, the worms and the bugs and all of those little creatures gnaw on us and eat us. Eventually, everything's food. That's the way nature was designed. And until we go breatharian again, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to eat something. Now, some of you are eating plants, and if you believe that is better, that's great. But don't forget the plants have consciousness too, and even the salt that you season your food with has a type of consciousness because everything has consciousness. And your body is killing millions and millions of bacteria all the time to keep you alive and healthy. That's going on every moment. I don't know. That's the way it's designed. Don't ask me why. So I sit there and I think about it sometimes, and I think that's probably why we bless all our food, why we are told to bless our food, and be thankful, because whether it's a plant or an animal, something had to give up its life. And why some people become fruitarians, because it's really fruit is about the only thing you can eat that doesn't have to kill something to get. But you hunt, but you have a huge boy, black dragon. I need to know you better. You hunt because I love game meat. Frankly, I love game meat. Um, and I think it's a higher quality than what we usually get at certainly than what we get at the grocery store, and certainly we have got to close down these factory. We got to get a better way than these factory things. It's just ruining everything. It's poisoning the animals. It's poisoning us. Yeah. You know what? And honestly, I do bless everything. And I do um I do have a respect for animals. Uh even I know they could eat me too. You know. Yeah, we just happen to be the better predator right now. But we also take animals in and protect them and save them from terrible things. I mean, I see people do that all the time. We take them in as pets and feed them and love them very much. Um, we do that too. Don't ask me the meaning of it all. Maybe we'll figure out why we did it that way when we get to the next place. But I think probably we didn't always have to eat. I think it's probably a backup. I think probably we did originally, probably we were all breatharians or something. Or maybe we just didn't need to eat. There, supposedly, um, when Saturn was our sun, there's this theory that Saturn was once our sun. I don't know if you've heard about it, but we've been we would have been recharged by electrical currents going up and down constantly. Uh, we would have been literally recharged with electricity back in that time. And we would have been quite a bit taller. And that would be back when the planet was wrapped in a sort of a purple mist and we couldn't see the stars yet. It's kind of like being in a womb. I kind of like think of it as this planet was kind of like in a womb at that point. And we could only the sun would just look like a white ball streaking across the sky, and the atmosphere would have been much more dense. And even today, a denser atmosphere and a higher oxygen content will produce bigger animals. So, just in case you don't hunt, but you've eaten snakes and even a porcupine when you lost your whereabouts in the wilderness, but otherwise you're vegan. Well, okay. Just make sure you take your B12. Yeah, that's really a stumbling block for a lot of vegans. One of the reasons they get sick is if they don't take enough B12, because it's hard. It's really hard to get that in a vegan form. Most B12 comes from animals. There is like a yeast that you can get B12 from, though. A vegan B12, you probably know that. But I'm not sure how we would have got that in the wild too often. Probably, and we can't live without B12. So, Adria Sorensen, you've had frog legs before. I have too, Tastes like chicken. Does kind of taste like chicken. As a matter of fact, I didn't know at first that it wasn't. Yeah, I think probably how we started eating was maybe during the Dark Ages, the literal Dark Ages. We all know our history is all effed up. It's not right. Um, oh gosh, I know somebody who has a friend who is a breatharian. He hasn't eaten for years. His the a breatharian guy's name is Ellie Tom. He's one of Paul's friends. He hasn't eaten for years. They're learning to live on light again, light and air, which is probably what we originally had. I mean, that's probably the first thing we started taking in. Oh yeah, Black Dragon, everything's bioengineered now, and I don't think it's respectful of the animals. I don't think it's respectful of the people. I don't think it's respectful of the planet or anything else. I don't think it's a good thing at all. And it's poisoning. Yeah, it's making people and animals sick and weak. I believe that. Uh, well, we've often wondered if that's why the small grays are tiny. Justin, was it small people require less food? But honestly, we might also be much larger and eating light by then in the future. Who knows? If we learn to, if we all end up becoming breatharian again, maybe we'll grow tall again. I mean, we had a show about that, how the different ages people have shrunk over the different ages that we've gone through. That the original people were actually miles tall, and that we shrunk over the ages. It would be kind of cool if humans could do photosynthesis. Yeah, and Adria. That would be kind of cool. In fact, there's been stories like that. And in fact, there was a comedy that was about an alien that was a plant. It was actually a plant. He was his name was Ficus. Yeah. Oh, frog legs are good. Yeah, they taste like a very delicate chicken leg. Leeches boiled in their own slime? I don't think I'd want to. Leeches boiled in their own slime. Mm. Oh, yum, yum. I don't know. That's just not to my taste. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but I don't know about that. Um, I have had escargot. Funny how this was going to be, and this was going to be about animal helpers, but we've kind of devolved into food chat, haven't we? That happens so much. You get in a chat room and all of a sudden it'll just go right into food chat and all of a sudden everybody's hungry. Ate mayfly wings because you wanted to fly as a kid. How did it work? Did it work? Did it ever work? The funny thing is that they found out that chitin, which is what insect carapace is made out of, can levitate when it's exposed to the right vibration. There was a guy over in Europe, was it Germany? Somewhere over there that found that chitin, when was levitating over his speaker, these bug wings were levitating. He was thinking, wow, if you could make that into if you some oh almost sneeze there. Somehow use that technology to levitate. a craft. That would be cool. Oh yeah, I'd rather have pork chops. Yeah, so chitin actually, under some conditions, can be levitated by sound. They're still working on, you know what? I think they already have levitation craft. The animals teach us so much. I've learned so much from my cats, my dogs, my other animals, my snake. You know what? I had a little snake. She was just a little garter type snake. She was so loving. People don't think of snakes as being very cuddly, but this one was so cuddly. She was a cuddly little snake. She liked to cuddle up in my hair and tickle my ears, and just she liked being around me. She always wanted to be hanging around my neck and my hair, you know, and the cat loved to watch her. Um, hmm, Daphne. Who's Daphne? Yeah, Sorensen, S-E-N is a Danish ending. It's a Danish suffix. Oh, I'm half Danish. Crispy. Escargot. Yeah, I've had escargot. It was good. I want to go to Copenhagen. My dad always talked about Copenhagen being absolutely beautiful. One of the cleanest places you'll ever see. Everything was clean, everything was very beautiful, and he loved the gardens. Tivoli Gardens? He talked about the Tivoli Gardens. I believe that's what he. It's been a long time. My dad's been gone a long, long, long time now. I still see him though. You know, I actually had one of my. I have repeatedly. What do I mean? One of my. I've repeatedly had my animals after they died come back and talk to me. Have stories to tell me, and my friends have too. Um, I still think we really make too much of the this bit about is there an afterlife? Yes, of course there is. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, of course. She's cold-blooded thing, but she also liked to be petted. Yeah, she liked to be petted. She was very friendly. She didn't bite. You're really only you're only a few miles from Copenhagen. Wow, I'm gonna have to come visit you someday, Justin. Rough-sealed lime green snakes. I'm not familiar with them. Mine was just a little. I almost had a corn snake once. I there was a corn snake that really got my heart. His name was Cornelius, and he was great. He liked to dance. He liked to sit on my shoulders and dance, but he belonged to the nature realm, which was a nature preserve place that was educating people. So they kept a corn snake to educate people about snakes. But then they'd bring him out when we'd have a party and let people pet him. And Cornelius liked to dance, especially with women. He had a thing for women. How he knew, who knows, that they were women? I don't know. Ah, the goddess who turns into a tree. Tell me about that, because you know what? I've seen the tree goddess. I've actually made pictures of her. We should eat danishes. Yeah, that's one thing the Danish are good at is pastry. Yeah, I want to see Tivoli one day. My dad used to talk about the Tivoli Gardens. Racer snakes, yeah, they're fast. That's why they call them racers, I guess. I bet Tivoli Gardens. I've heard, I've seen too. He used to show me pictures. He also loved, he had a thing for carousel music. We had a bunch, I wish I still had those albums. Be nice if I found them in among all my stuff. But I think they got rid, they were gone a long time ago. But carousel music, he loved carousel music. Interesting. Really? You saw your kitty fly up to heaven as a kitty angel with wings? Yeah. I call them, fur angels. I have some fur angels. I saw my cat walk across through rise up out of her body and walk through a rainbow portal into a beautiful field, which turned out to be her homeland. She was Lyran, I guess. Ooh, I like cheese Danish. I'm a cheesy kind of girl. Hey, you cheesy. See, we're in the food chat. Doesn't ever fail. Once somebody mentions food in chat, that's, it's food. It's on. Whole thing turns to food chat. Oh boy. Better bring a tent. 28 square meter, approximately 300 square feet cottage. Yeah. Oh, it'd be fun. She was a Greek goddess, a dryad, am I correct? I'm trying to remember who was a tree goddess, but anyway, a dryad, I thought. Dryads are trees. I used to think I was talking to the dryads when I was out in the forest. I guess I wasn't always talking to dryads. Sometimes I was talking to Sasquatch. I was mind speaking Sasquatch without knowing it. But they showed me, yes, as mind speaking Sasquatch. They still mind speak me from time to time. So do animals. I sometimes have conversations with animals out in the wild. Sometimes I have conversations with animals in the tame too. Domestic animals, and sometimes they're quite surprised if you can hear them. I can't always hear them though. I don't know why. Oh, she was turned into a laurel tree. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, fur angels, fur babies, fur children. We have our fur babies, we have our fur children. And I know people who refer to their pets as their children. They really do. I have a friend who says my son so and so, her cat, my daughter. And she always refers to them in that way. And it's true. Oh, you like cheesy jokes? Well, good. You're in the right place then. That's the thing about Danes. Most of them have a really good sense of humor. I remember our Danish parties that we used to have at the Danish American Club. Really good sense of humor there. A lot of laughing, a lot of joke telling. It was fun. I miss it. I kind of wish I could find something like that around here and go to it because uh, Danes have a lot of fun. And of course, they make excellent pastry. Too bad I've decided to quit eating refined sugar and refined flour. Kind of screws me out of the pastry thing. But you know what? If I was over in Denmark and they put a cheese Danish in front of me, I'd eat it anyway. Absolutely. Oh, apples. Yeah, you know what? Apple is good too. Oh, and I love pears. Pears. Hi, Animatus. Hi. Oh, you don't know much beyond that. Well, that's okay. Someone say cheesy jokes. Well, why Jay just joined the crowd and let's go. Right. Uh, now the YJ Overlander is here. Now let the cheesy jokes commence. Right. Oh, you talk to the birds and the bunnies all day, Adria. Oh, that's cool. There's new people here today. I'm so happy to see you. Yeah. Well, I do too. I when I'm out, I talk to them. And really, it's kind of like nature misses you if you're not out in nature on a fairly regular basis. I think really one of the reasons that I'm good with weather with now I could probably do something about the cold weather, but I don't really feel it's my place. It's not really going to kill us. And at this time of the year, it gets colder. It's normal. So I don't really feel like it's my place to change this. I might be able to get it a few degrees warmer, but sooner or later it's going to freeze and the growing cycle is going to have to stop because we're coming to winter and that's normal. And this needs to happen for some things to be able to grow again. It's a cycle. You called your parents' puppy Reggie, my brother. Yeah. And you know what? My dog and my cat, when I had a dog and a cat, Bummer and Cersei, they regarded themselves brothers, I think. They knew that they were in the same family. My mother would say when one of them was around and she'd want to close up for the night, she'd say, like if Cersei was there, she'd say, Cersei, go get your brother. Go get your brother. We're fixing to go to sleep now. And within a few minutes, Circe would be back with his brother Bummer, the dog, and vice versa. Or Bummer, she'd say, Bummer, go get Circe. We're fixing to go to sleep now and close up. Yep. They knew that they were the brother. They knew they were family. Oh, with some stovepipe. Du jour. Du jour. It is topic du jour. Oh, well, cool. Glad to meet you. You seem like a pretty nice person. You seem like you kind of belong here. Welcome home. Welcome home, Adria. Hmm. It went from animal helpers to food shed, but I don't care. I'm fine with it. Uh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. YJ is a mod over at Soar. Sorehead pastries in Copenhagen. Danes have, yeah, the most delicious pastries. Yes. What do you call fast cheese? Cheese whiz. You see, oh, well, thank you, Anna. You do too. You seem like a nice person. You're welcome here anytime. Welcome home. Yeah, where are you from? Oh, now the thing just jumped and I'm seeing a whole bunch of chat that wasn't moving before. Chickadee will respond, "Hey, sweetie." Ah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not really my place to change this. It's not killing anybody. It's totally normal. All right, Ghost. I probably am not going to be saying that right. It is smoked cheese. Ooh, but I love smoked cheese. Fast cheese. Avocados. Oh, yes. The salt and pepper. You know what I put on avocados is adobo. Yeah, it has a little garlic in it. Has some garlic. I gotta have garlic on stuff. I am a garlic fiend. Yeah, smoked cheese is the best. And I love avocados. You guys are making me hungry. See, this always happens every time we get on this subject of food. I'm gonna have to go in and have some broth or something after this. We always go a little off topic on these streams, don't we? Sometimes we go like way off topic. Sometimes we're way down the block into the next ball field and into the next state. I don't know what happens, but it's okay. I don't mind. What you guys like to talk about? Yeah. Fried cheese. Oh, yeah. Now you're talking. I tell you, you get yourself some grease and some salt and some fat. Yep. What do people like? Salt, grease, fat, and sugar. If you combine all those, you got a meal. You basically got a winner. People will eat it. Yeah, fried cheese. Fried cheese is really good. It is. Yeah. One of the oldest known. Oh, yeah, garlic is antibacterial and antiviral and a little magical. Yeah, there are places where they consider it very magical. And over here in the hill folk definitely consider garlic to be a God-given gift to humanity. They definitely consider it to be a holy herb. And without bacon, I know, Black Dragon, that's just rude, isn't it? We were having food chat without mentioning bacon. I'm sorry. I tell you what, now that you brought it up, smoked bacon. As a matter of fact, double smoked bacon. I've had double smoked bacon. Oh, that's good. Yeah, there's a lot of food talk. I mean, that seems to be the number one thing you can always count on. If somebody mentions food, all of a sudden it's food chat. It just became a food chat. Black olives, smoked cheese, avocado, roasted garlic, bacon. Oh my gosh. Oh, uh, yeah. That would be delicious. Jerusalem artichoke with shrimp, clam, parsley, saffron, home baked garlic, olive bread. You guys are gonna give me. I can't speak English anymore. Look what you've done to me. Yeah, ginger and garlic is wonderful for a cold. That's true. I'm drinking this tea right here. I really recommend it. If you have, if you can get a hold of ginger, get the raw root. Cook you up some. I food process it. I peel it and food process it and steep it in pure water. Very good for all kinds of things. Um, any kind of stomach complaint, anti-inflammatory, lots of things. But I also put the fresh mint with it because we just got a place now that offers fresh mint. And I'm like, cool. I can get a bunch of fresh mint pretty cheap and make put mint. Now I'm making and this is delicious. This is mint and ginger. Ginger mint tea with some honey. Ah, is this nice? I definitely recommend you try this. Rosemary marinated lamb chops and orange cake with almonds. I've got lamb chops in the fridge. They're for tomorrow. Yep. Oh, I love lamb. Olive oil and raspberry vinaigrette. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah. I love raspberries and I love blackberries and I love elderberries and I mulberries. We used to have mulberries all the time around here. Food is magical. That's true. That's true. Yeah, there are some people who are kitchen witches. I may be one because I have been known to give people food gasms. They throw their head back and go, "Oh, oh, that's so good." It's like, whoa. Sometimes I don't even have words. It's like, oh, yo, oh, you know, it's wonderfully fulfilling uh, to help people. Oh, a peasant omelet. Oh, with all the stuff in it. Oh yeah, those are good. Oh, those are good. Yeah, pepperoni, sausage, artichokes on a pizza. I never tried artichoke on pizza. It's a thought. I may have to try that. I have some pizza shells in there. Of course, because I can't have the flour, I've got the kind that are made from cauliflower. Raspberries are fantastic, but don't even put Yeah, I cannot stand artificial raspberry flavor at all. I cannot stand it. I love raspberries and hate fake raspberry flavor. Oh yeah, try ginger mint tea. Honestly, everybody, if you like either of those, try them together. Making my nose run, which is actually not a bad thing. Decongestant. Yeah, I do. I give people food gasms. What can I say? It's true. I'm a really good cook. It's one of my skills. It's one of my skill sets. I'm gonna try that. I have some artichoke hearts somewhere. Had a awesome dream about hearing a yahoo scream in the woods. Louis Todd just joined the chat. You mean a yowie? Oh, you can't handle ginger flavor. Oh, you chug it. Oh, that's odd. I love it. I love the burn. I actually like it to burn. I love that burn as it goes down. So I make it very strong. Oh yeah, cranberry. Yeah, I like cranberry too. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, pancakes, blueberry pancakes. That's an old favorite. Oh, yeah, you know what? Artificial vanilla. There's a type of imitation vanilla that comes from a beaver's anal gland. And you know what I always wondered is like, who figured this out? Who was the person who discovered this? Who was the person who discovered that that a beaver's anal gland tasted like vanilla, or that vanilla tasted like a beaver's anal gland excretion? What, how did, was it like, oh, this tastes like beaver? Or was it like, oh, this tastes like vanilla? Well, which was it? Anyway, I mean, was somebody rimming a never mind. We won't go into it. I don't want to get a strike. It's a pretty hairy. Oh, well, I won't even say that. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? I was going to say it's a hairy problem to talk about things like that. A Bigfoot call in response. I'm proud of you, Lewis. You don't know what you would get. Oh, if you knew what was in food, if everybody knew what was in their food. Uh, I'm sorry, Lewis. It's devolved into food chat. Somehow you bring up food in a group like this and it just all goes into food chat. We were talking about animals. Now we're talking about food. Don't ask me why, but we were talking about animals for a while. You had a dream the other day about your family house traveling inside the earth really deep. Interesting. Interesting. Because there are things in the earth really deep and they are coming up to light. I just had kind of a dream that a lot of things about this wind blowing and blowing and blowing and out, and it blew the dust off a city. And it was a very old city. Maybe there's going to be an event where we discover another ancient lost city uncovered somehow. Maybe that's one thing that's going to happen. Right. You have raspberry and blackberries. You know what? I was just talking on the last show about I'm a guerrilla gardener. What does that mean? I plant things in waste areas. In areas where nothing's planted, I plant food forests. I encourage everybody to do it too. If you have say you have any kind of berry that has seeds, that's not GMO, and they go moldy or something, and you can't use them, throw them out in the wild somewhere. I have grown food forests, all over the place that way. I throw out corn that's gotten a little bit old, just throw it out. It'll feed something, plus it'll get planted. You never know what you might grow. You might go out there and have a whole garden out in some ravine somewhere. Yeah. Plant medicinal herbs too. Throw the medicinal herb seeds here and there. I used to get wildflower seed packets and just scatter them everywhere to make sure we don't lose our wildflowers. 10 acres and have this woods. Wow, that sounds wonderful. This beaver butt tastes just like vanilla, said one guy who worked for Heinz. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what's up with that? Everyone you know can. Well, Adria, you're just one of their biggest fans. You're just a big fan. Food porn. No kidding. No kidding. That's what we got now. Oh dear. 10 acres. Ooh, air layering. That sounds interesting. Pyramids in the sea. Yeah, you know what? They're uncovering places. Places are coming unburied. There's also a river that's going dry, and I'm wondering what they're going to find under there. Do you know one of the things that really has been done a lot is they have drowned places. I mean, covered them with water to prevent people from looking into to keep them from excavating. It's been there's been this all out plot to hide our history from us. It's really disgusting, and I think a lot of it is to propagate certain religious beliefs that the world is only, a few thousand years old when really it's probably way that we have been around for a lot longer. And I mean, every time I stop to think that some of these things they find indicate that we're billions of years old. Humans have been here billions of years, uh, or somebody has. Yeah, immortal jellyfish. That's something. I'm going to do a deck of cards and I am going to use animals. And I should probably, that might be one of the things I use as a card is jellyfish. It means something is immortal. The immortality of the jellyfish, and they don't even have a brain. Sharks impervious can't, yeah, the whole ocean. Well, thank you very much. Whole ocean is very magical. Plenty to eat on your property. Even the deer stay during the hunting season. Well, how nice of you to feed them and fatten them up. Fascinating. And then you have to raise your eyebrow. Mississippi drying up, is it? There's also another one, not just the Mississippi. There's another one that's drying up. The mantis shrimp who can see circular light or something. Mantis shrimp. I don't know what circular light is. Great reset almost every time mankind gets close to becoming a type 1 civilization. Yes, but we're going to preclude that this time. We're going to dodge it this time. We've had it with that shit. And we're getting help with that, by the way. Yeah, jellyfish just go with the flow and live forever. Well, there you go. Maybe that would be the message of the card. Go with the flow and you'll live a lot longer. Baltic Sea declared a dead zone. Wow. That's kind of sad. I've seen that one, the Animal Totem Tarot deck. Yeah, I've seen that. That's one of the ones I plan on getting. Well, fencing classes, well, of course they do. Hammerhead sharks take carpentry, right? Oh yeah, I've seen the Crow Tarot too. That's cool too. Yes, I kind of have them on my list. I can't get too many at a time, though. They're kind of expensive. Upscale restaurants. Fish, right. Well, some of them certainly end up in upscale restaurants, but they end up as dinner. Yeah, we're not going back. You're not going to slap us back down again this time. Stop. Yeah, you're not going to slap us back down this time because we know we've got some power. We do have some power over this, and we do have allies. So we're not going to get slapped back down again. You miss getting readings? Well, I do readings every full and new moon. Black Dragon, you just weren't here. I can't help that. You're welcome to have a reading. We're gonna probably about another week, wouldn't it be, till the new moon? So probably next week we'll be free to reading time again. Well, I know that our cones are in toward the middle of our eyes, and our rods, which see the black and white, our cones see color, our rods see black and white. Our rods are around the periphery of our eye, which is why you can see things out of the corner of your eye, that when you try to look right at it, you can't see it. The cones are made for light, daylight, light, and to see color, and the rods are made for more of a night vision. So that's why a lot of people see things right around dawn and dusk as the rods and the cones are kind of switching over. You'll see things out of, or in dim light, you'll see things out of your peripheral vision, but not straight on because you're trying to see them with your cones and you can't see them. It's in a different wavelength. Why, Jay? Okay. Cheesy. Everybody likes it cheesy, right? Yeah. We missed you. We missed you, Black Dragon. A couple of people said, "Where's Black Dragon?" I said, "I don't know. I haven't heard from him." Yeah, that's true. Animals can see different spectrums than we can. That's why they and hear differently too. Yeah. We that's I think why it's good to have our animal friends, and probably um why we developed the whole idea of having pets. They have powers that we don't have, and we have powers that they don't. We have abilities and skills that they can't develop, and they have skills that we do. Oh, well, look at who just showed up. Who just showed up? Who do you think it is? Okay, we're talking about animals. Guess who showed? That's right, Mr. Big Shot. Let me turn the camera around so you can see Mr. Big Shot. The star of the show, coming in fashionably late, Mr. Cowboy, Cowboy the Manx. Hang on. You get to see my kind of slightly cluttery room. Okay. There he is. You gonna give us a, you gonna talk to us or just be a baby? You just want love. I know you. You just woke up and now you want love. Yeah, where were you? You were under the bed, weren't you? In your little cat cave. Listen to these purrs. He's got the greatest purrs. Come here, silly cakes. Or are you posing? Your adoring fans are right here. I should make a loop tape of just his purrs, you know that? I should make a recording of his purrs and just loop them. My little Manxie, he is a sweet and loving boy. He is. You can see he's the one that's in the picture thumbnail. He's got a little heart on his butt. He literally has a spot that changes into a heart. He has two spots that change into hearts. And it's funny because if you look at them, they're two very different spots, but in certain positions, they will both change into a heart. And then the other one will be kind of a blob or something else. But this little guy always has a heart. And he wears it right where you can see it. It's so cute. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera back around now, Mr. Important. He just wants to be loved now. He just wants to settle down and get his belly rubbed and he Oh yeah, some creatures see in ultraviolet. We can't. I would love to see an ultraviolet. I think sometimes when people are on acid, they see an ultraviolet. Put the animal totem taro on your wish list on Amazon. Send you the link. Oh, I would love that. Thank you, YJ. That would be so sweet. I would love that. I love animals. Ultraviolet window clings on our windows to prevent bird window collisions. Well, that's a good idea. Very good idea. That's a very good idea. Yeah, colorblind people see well at night, yeah, because they see black and white. Hey, Circle K. How you doing? I missed you too. For a moment there, I was wondering where you were. We got some new people here, but they seem to be very nice. I hope they stay in the family. Oh, you want to give him a hug? He loves hugs. He loves pets. He loves his belly rubbed. Your ginger kitten ghost? Yeah. I've had ghost kitties in places. It's neater than you haven't seen the whole place. If you saw the rest of the place, you might not say that. Yeah, he has a wonderful purr. I gotta make a loop tape of him, a loop recording of him purring, and I could put it out as a sleep tape. You know, there was a cat as a kid, as a baby, that my parents had that would watch me all day and let my mother know if anything was happening, like I needed to change a diaper or whatever. And I got used to cat purrs. Petting animals opens the channel, and oh, that's interesting. I just know that, and I also know that the frequency of a cat purr has a very beneficial effect on the human nervous system, as Spock would say. You remember the tribbles? The trilling? Yeah, he was talking about no, it's cats, and guinea pigs have a little thing that they do too. Oh yeah, purr box. Yeah, he this the purr machine is running. Love to see in X-rays. Yeah, yeah. Kitty cats are great for that, you know. That's the thing I miss with dogs. Is like they are great. They don't purr. They have other skills, but they don't purr. Yeah, you know, they're all healers, really. They're all capable of healing with their purrs. I had a cat that did Reiki too. Maui did Reiki. Oh, had a white heart on its chest. Isn't that cool? Oh, I have an ultraviolet flashlight too. Oh, so far no luck. Oh well. You know what? I've heard of that too, Justin. That they can see inside your body using sonar, and that they've healed people with their sonics. They've used their sonic waves to actually. There's a person who, famously, I can't remember the name, got cured of cancer that way. They also know if you're pregnant. They have a tendency to, the female dolphins will circle around pregnant women to protect them. I definitely will. Oh, wow. Thank you. How do I get in touch with you, though? You need to give me your email. I give you my email all the time, remember? This is my email. All you have to do is ignore everything before the slash there, but oceandiana@gmail.com. Actually, I'm going to see if I can actually make a banner. Let me see if it'll let me make a banner tonight while I'm here. Okay. There. Yes, it let me do it. Okay. So this is it. This is my email. It let me do it. Hippie times. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that you're good, but you got people and stuff and things happening. Now that's good though. Well, thank you very much. I absolutely will. Like I said, I don't have your email, but you now have mine. Whoops. Now it's doing something weird. Get off of there. Okay. It's decided I want to translate something. So far, I understand everything you're saying, so I don't want to translate anything. Yeah, Reiki is actually a natural ability. It was taught in schools at one time. Then they took it out. I don't know why, but I have a feeling I know why. Uh, it seems that it was a rival for allopathic medicine, and anything that rivaled allopathic medicine had to go because money, big pharma, um, just like Reiki, just like homeopathy, just like Ayurvedic medicine, just like all of that. And they don't even teach people how to be in the 3D. Well, you know, Overlander, they teach people how to work at a factory. That's, or how to work at a job. They maybe not even that anymore. Not even that anymore. Our schools are failing children. far as I'm concerned. Oh, you birds love Reiki? Huh? Oh, a glow-in-the-dark pocket knife. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I see. You want me to go over to your channel. Why, you know what? Why isn't your channel ever showing up in my feed? I'm pretty sure I subscribed to it. If I didn't subscribe to it, I'll go over and subscribe to it. You've got a do you have, oh God, I can't give you a wrench from here. I can do it later, but I'll give you a wrench over here. You can put links in here. You can link to you can tell them what your channel is. Is it YJ Overlander? Yeah, you're welcome to put a link in here. And if any other one of us has a channel, I would like you to put your link in here. That's fine. Why don't I ever see anything by you, YJ? I'm going to have to figure that one out. I'm going to have to go and find, and then after this is over, I'll go back into, I have to go into YouTube. Right now I'm in StreamYard. I have to go into YouTube to wrench anybody, but I'll go back and wrench you, okay? And then I'll have to exchange numbers with you. And then I'll have, and then I'll expect you to be a mod. Okay. You know what? There's a power bank that's glow in the dark too, that you can either plug it in or wind it up, and it's on Amazon. I saw it on Amazon. So it's out there somewhere. You might be able to find it somewhere besides Amazon. Okay, thank you, YJ. Reiki animal videos. Interesting. Oh, okay. That may be it. Maybe by the time I hear about it, it's over or something. Yeah, YT is not, like I said, there's no equity in YT. Nope. Some channels get all the love, and some of them kind of fall in the cracks. Mine happens to be not very big right now. So, by the way, that should remind me, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And when you hit that bell button, the bell, hit all so that you will hopefully get some messages when I come on. And then you might even get a note that I'm on. And if you did all that and you're still not getting the notes very often, some people have found that if they uncheck it and recheck it, that helps. Or sometimes if you unsubscribe and resubscribe. I don't know why, but some of us, well, yeah, I do know why. Some of us, they don't like us as well. They don't like what we have to say. I'm not jiggling my booty. That's on there. That's all over the place. I don't know. Maybe if I got up and jiggled my booty, I'd get more. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. Sorry. Not right now, anyway. Not until I lose a little more weight. Then maybe I will. I don't know. Um, well, we'll figure that out, YJ, once we get you a wrench. You know who is a good one to ask when Pam is on? Pam knows everything. She's really smart. She's one of my other wrenches. You know what, Lewis? I'm fixing to move to Rumble. I have a membership on Rumble and I am fixing to, you know what? How many people are on Rumble? And if you are, uh, I would love to see you on Rumble because I am thinking of moving, just moving shop to Rumble and still posting here. I can, I think, record to both of them simultaneously if I set it up right. I have to figure out how to do that though. You posted one of your talking dog. What does your dog say? You know what? I love talking animals. They're so cute. There's the kitties that say, "Oh no 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 no, nom nom nom," and there's one cat that says no when they're trying to bathe him. Really? Oh my goodness. A YouTuber with 63,000 subscribers. Wow. Medical herbs and edible plants, right. You know what, Justin? I want to do some foraging videos, but I haven't had a chance to do that. I'm wondering what we got left to forage right now. What have we got left to forage in the woods? It's fall, but there's still going to be dandelions. They're here all the time, except in the middle of the winter. You know what? Odyssey is another one. I have a membership there and I have got to figure out how to start doing stuff in Odyssey. Oh, glow in the dark stuff. Yeah, I do too. I have always loved glow in the dark stuff, holographic things and black light. Black light stuff. Yeah, I'm such a hippie that way. I'm really hippie that way. I like holographic all kinds of stuff. Also on D Live, Twitch, BitChute, not yeah, I'm on BitChute. I should figure out how to stream to all of these. Oh, I used to forage hips. I used to have so many roses around my house, and I had bags and bags of rose hips, and I had all kinds of herbs that I grew there. And of course the bees took care of everything, and everything grew really well that I ever planted in my garden. Like I said, my grapes, I had so many grapes that I had to give them away. It was pulling down the branch of my tree that I had tied naively tied a rope to my tree from to hold up the grapes, and they climbed right up the tree and started pulling the branch of the tree down, and they were so heavy it was. Yeah, they're a vitamin C. Well, you know what? All of the wild berries, and actually, um, the old folks here, I met an older person who used to live on a farm, and he said that Concord grapes will kill a cold. And the real cough syrup was made of elderberries, stuff like that. I have some elderberry syrup, and mulberries and stuff like that would actually keep you from having colds and stuff. Oh, you've never done this live chat. It's fun. Well, it is, isn't it, Adria? It's your first time. Yeah, welcome to the family. We hope to see you again because you seem to be a pretty cool person. Oh gosh. Uh, yeah, I'm thinking of that. Yeah, because, but I've been maybe protected because I'm small and maybe protected because I say I'm joking. I say things that make it obviously this is for entertainment, even though you guys know that I'm talking what I'm talking about. There are exceptions if you're doing parody and humor or education. Oh, are you taking off, James? Oh, a basket out of jasmine vines would be really cool, Lewis. If you're taking off, James, I hope you have a good evening. I hope you dream well. That would be great. Yeah, me too, Lewis. I hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, the roots, that would be what we'd be looking for now. Dandelions, they're around most of the time. They're one of the first things to come up. Sassafras roots, yeah. Oh, plasma lamps. I've got a plasma lamp. Ooh, neat. This is Rumble. Cool. Yes, I definitely will be putting stuff on Rumble then. Nettle soup with roasted walnuts. I've never had nettle soup. I've never tried that. Oh yes, I have seen the diffraction grating uh film. Yes. There's all kinds of stuff they do with that now. Echinacea, perennial herbs. Well, really, I used to forage all the time. I just got busy this time. I had so many. Ever since I got busy moving in here, it seems like there's been something to do. And it's been a couple of years now, and I'm still not entirely moved. I'm not unpacked. I've still got a ton of boxes in the back room to unpack, but ton of seeds to plant, echinacea and perennial herbs. That's great. Yeah, I got a lot of guerrilla gardening to do. I've got what's the one that they're always talking about? That there's a woman that comes on talking about foraging that's always talking about don't step on this plant. I got some seeds for that, but didn't get them in time to plant them this year. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a little creeping plant that actually is supposed to be very, very healthy. I will tell you one of my favorite plants. I will say if you have a place to raise them, comfrey, one of the most healing plants I've ever found is comfrey. It will ease pain. I'm not kidding. If you drink comfrey tea, you will be out of your pain. It will help you out of your pain. And cats and dogs love comfrey. They love it. You can get them to eat it. So, my cat used to eat my comfrey if I wasn't looking. I'd bring in the comfrey and I'd be putting it in the sink to wash and walk away. She'd come up and start munching it. So one time I told her, I said, "You got to leave me some." So I walk away and I come back. All the stems are eaten off and all the tips. And I said, I told you to leave me some. And she said, I left you some. I left you the part in the middle. Honestly, I swear she said that. She was thinking it. Oh, she puts them in milk for 20 to remove the death cap. Wow, I wouldn't want to take a chance on that, but good for her. Boy, we got several things going on in chat. We've got holograms, we've got foraging. Yeah, my regular activities have been kind of on hold. I'm hoping to correct that by next year. You know what? And we're going to need that. We may need that. We may need that this year. There are people who are going to be going hungry in some places if they don't know that. And I predict that foraging videos and books and information is going to be a big deal. I might have to start a channel for it or something, or start having a regular feature like that. Justin, maybe you could, if you speak pretty good English, why don't I have you as a guest on and you can talk about foraging? If you want to be on, let me know. Oh, Seymour, the Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can do all kinds of things with that. I also love the stereoptogram stuff. Feed me, Seymour. Yeah. Like I said, you know what? We don't realize this, but we're great plant food. Everything we excrete, plants just love it. CO2, they love it. They love it. And all of our other excretions, they love it. And after we're dead, they love us. We're delicious. Plants love us. If you think of it that way, we're very, very tasty to a plant. I mean, if you think about it, they do eat us in the end. After we're after we're broken down a little bit. Perhaps you should, Justin. Like I said, be on my show. We'll do a show about it. Maybe we'll do more than one. Yeah, oh yeah, that would be great. If I had land, I certainly would have greenhouses going. Maybe even Wallapini. Do you know what a Wallapini is? If if you don't, you might want to check out what a Wallapini is. You can grow all year in a Wallapini because it's underground, partly underground. It's basically an underground greenhouse that just has the top, the top lets in light, but the sides are so it's kept warm uh, by being partly underground. So you can even have them in the winter. Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out and round and round. Yeah, think about it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he plays a good nutball, doesn't he? He plays a good like weird. There are certain actors that are really good at certain things like I'm trying to think of, there's Jack Nicholson. He does crazy very well. He's really good at crazy. Bruce Dern was always really good at crazy too. He was another one. Was a good madman. He's a much farther back though, but yeah. And they had a weird part. And then there was another one too, and I can't think of his name right now, but they would use him. Christopher Walken. They used him for all kinds of weird parts. Well, you know what, YJ, it shouldn't be amazing that there is that relationship between the flora and fauna. We're set. We're part of the earth. I keep saying this. People keep thinking of us as being separate, everything being separate. We're not separate. We're part of the earth. And having been here so long, it would only make sense that we have a sort of a reciprocity going on. I guess, but we don't think of it that way. We're just not taught to think that way. I think maybe that's partly what's wrong. We need to think more that way. Easy Rider, yeah. Yeah. He was younger then. He hadn't quite gotten the same he hadn't quite gotten the same thing down. But yeah, you know, YJ, it's like symbiosis is really. I have a theory. There is a theory going around, and I subscribe to it, that we should not be thinking in terms so much of competition. That's a sort of a Darwinian view. We should think of the cosmos as being more symbiotic, okay? Um, cooperative, cooperative. The universe kind of cooperates. And um, if you think about it, all of the organs in your body are just colonies of bacteria that are cooperating. They're cooperating. So, really, cooperation is a very important theme, not just competition. They have tried, Adria. They have tried it, yes. They grow very big. Oh, yeah, in-ground greenhouses, yep. Thermal mass, right? Geothermal mass. Yep. Oh, yeah, the International Space Station has grown. Oh, you're starting a Freddy Krueger sweater from scratch, Lewis? Yeah, Johnny Depp's another one. He plays all the quirky characters. Yeah, he's another one who does quirky characters really well. Well, yeah, I mean, most of us are planet napped. Let's face it. Adria, you're not alone here. Most of us are from elsewhere. As a matter of fact, I think the human race is from elsewhere. I don't think we evolved here. I don't believe that for 1 minute. If so, we'd be more well adapted than the apes, and we aren't. We aren't adapted to this planet as well as they are. So, no, we're not from here. We were imported. It's obvious. We were imports. We were seated here, I think. Yeah, Black Dragon, yeah. Because let's face it, everything is energy, everything is frequency. Vibration, that's all there is, really. There is no actual matter, and the scientists are very disappointed. A lot of us may not actually be Earth, but yeah, As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure we're not. Spiders get confused. I thought they said that plants grew very big in space. I could be wrong. I wonder if jellyfish are aliens. Wouldn't that be interesting? No, it looks like we might have spent some time on Mars, though. I don't think I don't think there's any stories of us having been on Venus, but there might be. Some of us might have been from Venus before whatever happened to the atmosphere. Apparently, Venus didn't always have that atmosphere. Right. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of us feel like we don't belong here. A lot of us feel that way. This is not our home planet. This is not, this is a second home. I mean, Earth has very graciously made me her daughter, adopted me, but I know that this is not where I originated. And I don't think this is where humanity originated. I don't believe so. I think we're transplanted. Well, Black Dragon, you do belong here, but you don't. You're not from here. Reason I say it that way is you belong here in that you are here. If you didn't belong here, you wouldn't be here. However, that doesn't mean you're comfortable or that you didn't come from somewhere else or that, oh, the black cat will get him. What? Um, and Lewis says our home planet is in the spiritual realm, perhaps. Outside of the matrix, perhaps. But there's more to it than that. Oh, my nose is running. I better go catch it. There's a lot more to Black Dragon than most people know. Just in case the sky falls, it can happen, Circle K. I love you guys too. I love all of you, every one of you. I love you all. Even the new guys. Girls. I think they're mostly girls. Oh, I love black cats too. I've had many black cats. I miss I miss Moxie and Gypsy. I miss them. Moxie was great. She's the one that brought in the snake that I ended up making into a pet. It was really more like her pet. Yeah, I love cats too. I love cats and dogs, and well, I just love animals. I love animals for the most part. Some of them you got to be careful, but they're pretty good people, right, cowboy? Animals can be pretty good people. He thinks so. He says, sure. Sure, as long as you pet me and feed me and love me, I can be really good. Right now, he's chewing on my finger a little bit. If I scream, it means he went a little far and got me with his spike tooth. Don't you do that. Earth regrets adopting me. Ah, you're not like everyone. You know what? I think most of us here are not like anyone else much. We're all a little different. Yeah. Yeah. We're not from around here. It's true. I say that all the time. We're not really from around here. It's obvious. Obvious to me. Once you get past all of the scientific bullshit, hoo-ha, obfuscation, and crap, then you realize we can't possibly be from here. There's no freaking way. We've adapted somewhat, not as well as some species, but we've adapted. Oh, 13 days to finish a sweater, or the black cat will get you. And you'll be lucky because black cats are awesome. Oh, that's true, YJ. Oh, yeah. Some of them are the terrible intentioned entities. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I believe all that. But some of the people wearing the meat suits were, or they were. I don't know about now. Can't work under such horrible conditions. See, that's just it. We have to keep asking for better we have to keep intending and creating better conditions for ourselves. And in a lot of cases that may be correct too, YJ. That we show people that they can change things. Um, I think a lot of us do that, and a lot of us have tried that before, and boy, what trouble we've gotten in, right? You can get crucified and stuff. People can be really good animals, that's true. Goes both ways, doesn't it? It does go both ways. My baby cake here. He's a sweetheart, but if you trigger his hunting instinct, whoa, trigger his hunting instinct, and he's a different ball of wax, aren't you? You're not just this furry purry. See, that's it. Instincts are instincts. I got a joke about instincts, but I'm not going to tell it right now. It's a little too long, but maybe someday I will. I think she's talking about Halloween. Samhain, 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 Samhain. Yeah, we're the only species that has to wear clothes. We're the only species, like I said earlier, that is confused about whether or not we should be eating the food we eat. There's so many things, etc., that make us very different, and we get conflicted about things that animals just don't get conflicted about, you know, like who to mate with. They don't have conflicts about that. Well, that's something that I used to have to tell this guy, this supposedly science guy, that used to hang around at a place I went to for lunch. And he was always blustering about his science, what he knew, and he'd talk, 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 gabble, gabble, gabble. And he would talk about, see, the problem is they get a theory they like, and then they run with it. Even when something proves that wrong, they still run with that theory a lot of times. Like evolution. Has there been evolution? Yes. Is it the way we got the way we are? Not on this planet. No, sir. I don't believe that. Um, And he was trying to tell people, well, it's long, slow, steady process, and they have, and that's what you find in the museums is that you find. No, you don't. In fact, what we find is there are species that'll just appear out of nowhere, out of left field. We do not have this long, slow process from being apes to being humans. We do not have that chronicled. There is no proof of that. It is still a theory. And when I remind them of this, they get very upset. They get very upset that they cannot prove this theory of theirs. I hate to say this, but no, I love to say it. I love to say it. You know what? Science should be about finding the truth, not about cherry picking facts to prove your theory. You know, it should be about discovering new things, not trying to cut and paste the facts to fit the way you want reality to be. And why are they so intent upon making there no life after life, on making us mortal, strictly mortal? Why are they so intent upon telling us that we were cavemen just a few, not that no bullshit. We are constantly finding ruins that prove that if we were cavemen, it probably wasn't on this planet. And we might have evolved to that. I think we evolved a few times, maybe a few hundred times. Oh, and they thrive off of truth. Wow, they'd be starving on this planet. Black Dragon, I am too. And isn't it strange that we're more comfortable being around animals than humans usually? I'm more comfortable having a cat. Oh, I gotta drink some more of this. I gotta get this time of year. Ah, much better. I gotta remember to take a sip of that every now and then. Daphne. Yeah. Your joke on instincts? Science is incomplete without spirituality. That's right. Spirituality is incomplete without science. That's absolutely true. I believe that. As a matter of fact, you know why, Jay? I agree with you more than I don't. Way more than I don't. I mean, we're usually right on the same page. Yeah. They don't run with me, running with the pack. Yeah, animals don't wonder why they were created or when or yeah. They just have fun, eat, make love, make more. Yeah. And I mean, if we're that old, if we're that old, then all of this is, bullshit they've been trying to tell us for so long would be down the tubes, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah. Those truth eating beings. I don't think we'll see too many of them around here for a while, unless they bring their own food. Maybe they do. Who knows? Gee, Circle K, you know what? Maybe it's almost like we're a divinity crammed in an animal body. That's what I've been saying. You are divine. You're divine. You are. God walking around in a 3D world. All of us are. Sure. Viruses, they're not all bad. Some of them we can't live without. Um, they're a bacteria we could not live without. So, yeah. You know what? I would venture to guess that most of us have a way with animals here. And you know what? It's funny. I think probably the people that are getting contacted by Bigfoot were Bigfoots at one time because I was told that I had a life as a Bigfoot, and that's one of the reasons they trust me. It's one of the reasons they'll speak to me. Mind speak. Birds whisper to me. They talk about this all the time in the old days. Apparently, there was a time when we really freely spoke to animals all the time. It's talked about in the Bible, it's talked about in Greek myths, it's talked about in Indian spoken stories. Everywhere around the world, they have stories about that. Right. I don't have to be right all the time. There are people who will die on that hill, though. They have to be right. I don't have to be right. I want to know. If I'm wrong about something, please tell me. Mhm. Big Bang Theory. I have been saying that for a while. I don't believe the Big Bang Theory either. Something else happened. Yeah, hundreds of millions of year old things that were obviously made for and by humans. Right. You're more likely to get the truth from animals. That's true. That's the truth itself right there. They'll usually tell you, your breath smells, but I don't care because you're petting my belly. No, my breath smell bad, cowboy? No, it smells like beef. Oh, okay. You should see this little boy. I'm going to turn the camera around again. You got to see this. He's such a baby. Okay. Look at this. There. This is relaxation right here. You want to de-stress. There you go. This little guy right here. He'll do it. He's very glad to be your distressing partner here. He's a big fan of this show. Aren't you? You know all the people? Yes. You know what? I believe that. I have that too, Black Dragon. I get that too. Hang on. I'm going to turn it back around now. Get to see my Crocs for a moment there. Well, that was funny because somebody came up with it on this show, and they said, and I believe it might even have been Brandy who said, I think it was a Sasquatch before, but and so I asked the next time I heard the Sasquatch, which, and I said, oh, by the way, I just got to ask a question. Could, was I a Sasquatch? Did I have a life as a Sasquatch? She said, yeah, sure. Just like a matter of fact. Yeah, the affirmative answer was just so immediate and matter of fact. Yeah, sure you were. Ah, that's so funny. I'm like, okay, that figures it. Yeah, they would sense a connection, and that could be why we're born with the mind speak. I think we're all really born with mind speak, but it gets beaten out of us somehow, you know, kind of by logic and other crap. Hypnosis. DNA from cats and trouts. So that's interesting. Maybe you were. Maybe you were a bear. Maybe that's why you're interested in bears. Maybe that's what a totem animal is all about. Maybe it's what you were before. Yeah. What if that was true? Oh, yes. Using virus to manipulate DNA, we do that. We do that now. That's how the GMOs happen. That's right. Honestly, I don't believe in Big Bang anymore. At one time, I thought it could be, but I don't believe in it anymore. You believe in animal spirits and guides. Me too. I think probably a lot of us do here. Yes, dude, right. Yeah, I believe in it too, absolutely. Maui was my assistant when she was on Earth, my cat. She was absolutely my assistant. She healed me. I actually felt her purring inside me, all up and down my chakras to try and help me to heal me. She was amazing. She was amazing. You think you've worn yourself out trying to get a bigger picture? Yeah, speculation. They're always speculating and then acting like it's real. We might be part of a big giant brain in space circle. Okay, who knows? Can we prove it? Can you disprove that? Yeah, I believe they can sense our energy. Yeah, I believe that too. Animals can sense our energy quite often. Because you call her Ness. Was she the Loch Ness one? Was maybe she was one of, I don't know. Dear. Yeah, I wonder about that too because my mother was definitely a bird. My mother was a bird. She had a thing about birds, particularly cardinals. And my mother was a bird person, absolutely. She was a bird brain. I mean, bird spirit. You know what, Circle Kate? Don't worry about getting the bigger picture. It'll come to you eventually. Matter of fact, don't worry about any of it. Well, you know, that's a funny thing. A big brain, a neurological brain, or an autistic brain? Who knows? And what makes an autistic brain autistic? Yeah, I think animals sense our energy for sure. And some better than others. I think cats are extremely intuitive and dogs because they've been around us so long. Well, you know, I would give it some thought if you could tell me why you feel that way just in case. If you tell me why you say that, I could say that as far as particle theory, there aren't any particles, only vibration. So already I believe that much. Oh, Abby Normal. Black Dragon is Abby Normal. My gosh, my nose is just watering crazy. Maybe the tea is making it water. Maybe it's a good thing. It's unclogging it. Abby Normal. Yeah, hang back. You know, the universe will present you with all kinds of answers in time, and we'll hash it over in the meantime. Sure, I'd listen to your explanation of that, why you feel that way. Like I said, I'll have you on the show if you want. Yeah, I think they do. I think they all do the mind speaks thing. And oh, she was a cardinal. She was definitely a cardinal. She was a red bird, absolutely. If I got her something with a cardinal on it, she was happy, and not unless. If it didn't have a card, if it if I wanted to make her happy with a gift, and it had a cardinal involved, she was happy. And I mean, you could give her diamonds, she wouldn't be that impressed. You could give her beautiful clothes, whatever. She wouldn't be that impressed, but you give her something with a cardinal or something red. Well, Adria, some people have postulated that maybe it's a series of frames all connected. Yes, right. There's only time and space, which can change density, right? There's only vibration. That's all there is. There's only frequency. That's it. There is nothing else. Frequency makes everything that is. Therefore, frequency and consciousness are about the same thing, aren't they? Wow! My big toe, theory of everything. Frequency, and I have been saying that for so long, and now people are beginning to see it. Yeah. It feels very real too. Remember, this is Matrix. It feels very real. We did a good job at that. Yeah. Hey, David Castle. Greetings and favor to you too, my man. and to everybody. Yeah, yeah. You know what? There's a funny thing that happened once. Melanie and I, a friend of mine, we were in a car. We were arguing about something, not real seriously, but, well, it was getting kind of heated, a heated debate. And it was actually about Trump and Hillary. And all of a sudden, there was a deer that looked like it was poised to go right out in front of us. And she stopped the car. We were so sure it was all prepared to like go right out in front of us and we would have hit it. And we stopped and it stopped. And I said, Melody, I think that was a message. She said, yeah, I think it was a message too. We determined that the message was it stopped because we stopped. It almost happened. It was going to happen, but we stopped. So it stopped. What if a lot of things are like that? What if it stops only when we stop? Right. Mind projection. That's a good way to put it. Little Red Prince for a male cardinal. Cardinals mate for life. They do. And my mother did. Yes, out in all directions. Frames connected in all different directions. You know what? And that is really the way that Bigfoot minds speak, and the way everything probably the way that we do too. When we mind speak, I'm pretty sure that that's what they're getting to rather than words. Because it wasn't that she was, and that's more like what you get in dreams if you think about it. You don't too often actually get words in dreams, do you? You just get feelings. Like this is happening, that's happening. This person is saying something like this, that person. That's the way it is in dreams. That's the way our minds really work. Probably was our first language that got babbled. And what if that's what really happened with the Tower of Babel? I've often wondered that. Was that really talking about our minds getting messed with? Oh, yes, mirrors have always been considered magical. Yes, mirrors can definitely be portals. We don't think about it, do we? I'm careful with my mirrors since I learned that. I make sure my mirrors are not aimed at my bed or mirrors over my bed. They say that's terrible feng shui. And I'm careful where I place my mirrors. Oh boy. I don't wish you to either, Justin, but on the other hand, it would be nice if you kept your job. Yes. Really, Bomber? That's interesting. Hi, Bomber. How you doing? Well, Justin, we kind of want you to keep your job, but we will miss you. I'm sure. We will all miss you. Hugs, darling, and dream well. Yeah, we always have a good time here, don't we? And we don't want to quit. And now I'm plugged into my outlet. I don't have to quit that fast. I can let it roll a little. Doggone, I need another sip. I'm gonna have to get some more tea soon. However, SOR is getting ready to start, and YJ is probably going to be heading that way, and I'll be heading that way. Bomber will probably be heading that way. Return to sender, address unknown, no such number, no such phone. Let's see. Justin says he's going to stay up. He doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to dance. Yeah, when we find good friends, we don't want to dance. But I'm going to have to get some more tea. Right. And I've had people try to convince me that it is somehow bad. Hey, hugs all around. It is something when you find people that you really feel at home with. It's hard to leave them. That's why I think Robin says, you can never get enough of Sasquatch. Once they decide they like you, and they have decided to let her feel that they love her. So she says they have a tendency to love bomb you. And you kind of get addicted to that, which is not a bad, I don't think it's a bad addiction. I think as humans, it's not so much an addiction as a need. A need. We need to be loved. I believe that we all need it. We need a group to be loved by too. We need a group, not just one person. I think that's another fake thing too. No, we need a group that loves us. Then we feel comfortable, then we relax. And that's why I have this dream of this eco village where we can all live a life of not having to deal with all of this crap they place in our way to trip us up. I've noticed that too, YJ. Some of them I have to say I'm not very happy with the way they mod, but they're not my mods. What can I say? I'm going to get some more tea. I'm going to take you with me to get some more tea. I was considering sitting the phone down for a minute and letting Cowboy take over. But then he'd probably purr you all to sleep. I'd come back and you'd all be dozed off. So I'm going to take off for a minute and get myself some more tea. Mint and ginger. It's the way to go, folks. Mint to be here. We'll treat that gingerly. it's okay, Circle. We'll wait. This will be nice. Sitting by the hearth, waiting for the tea to heat up. I'll let you look at my little fishy. You want to see my fish? He's a good little pal. Very proud of how happy he is. He's very happy. Loving his life. Living his life as a little betta fish. Okay. There he is. Hey, fella. How you doing? You're happy? You can tell he's happy because his fins are all spread out. And their fins are all spread out and they're kind of darting around, very interested in everything. They're happy. He's having a good life. And he hears me, so he thinks he's going to get fed. He's probably right. I'll feed him a little bit. Let me turn the camera around again. I'm getting pretty good at this. Not perfect, though. Okay. Give it a minute. I think that's probably something that I can't stand about society as it is right now. Seems like way too many people are looking for excuses to be upset about something. They're literally looking for reasons to be upset. It's like, I want to be upset. What can I be upset about today? As far as I'm concerned, I try not to take offense. I try to have a good sense of humor, try not to take offense unduly. I let people get by with quite a lot, but on the other hand, I just don't have the time to screw around with it, Like, if you bother me too much, you're just gone. But most of the time, I don't care. It's not that big of a deal to me. Whoa. As far as I'm concerned, we have too much censorship in this world. And the thing is okay, we have to be careful what we say on YouTube. That I get. And I will please ask you to remember that. We have to be careful what we say some places. However, there's so many things that people get upset with this. I don't know why. Right. The dark one is laughing his belly at the chaos he caused. Somebody's a dark one? That doesn't sound good. Don't bring him here. Don't let him come over here. I'll put on my steel-toed Crocs. We'll get a butt kicking. My mods will kick the butt too if they feel like they must. Oh yeah. Oh, that was fast. That heated up really fast. Okay. Kind of dressed up like Nanook of the North here a little bit in my home, waiting for it to heat up all the way. Certainly the tea helps. Ah, I love the smell of it. It would be nice if we had smell-o-vision right now. You guys would be able to smell this wonderful, wonderful smell of mint and ginger. It smells so good. Absolutely yummy. Yeah, I don't like it either. I like free speech. If I can get by with it, I let people speak, but sometimes you have to put the hammer down. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta put the hammer down. Sometimes you gotta put your foot down and say, that's it. You're disrupting things. You're disrupting what everybody. It's fine for you to have an opinion. It's fine. All of this is fine, except there's one problem. You're keeping other people from enjoying the show. Then you gotta go. If you're keeping other people from enjoying themselves, that's bad. Really, that's the only. Yeah. Oh, Bob Berkins. Is he French? Oh, that figures. Okay. Ah. Yeah. I didn't know Bob Berkins was French, but it makes sense now. It really makes sense. You know, you got a point there, YJ. I almost think maybe the best president would be somebody who doesn't want to be president, but who goes ahead and does it anyway because they just happen to have the right skills. There was a story like that. I think it was written maybe by Isaac Asimov. I'm not sure. It was a short science fiction story. And the way that they picked a leader, they always picked somebody who didn't want the job, but would be good for the job. And it was a good idea. And if you were chosen, you had to have that job. You had to do it. It was part of your duty to do the job. Maybe animals have smell-o-vision. Maybe. I don't know. Your name means dark woman from the sea? Adria Sorensen. And I'm Ocean. I'm the Ocean. Diane Ocean. Swagger. But my maiden name was Danish. Yeah, we use some code talking here. I have come up with some creative names for leaders, for bad leaders, like the Spud, um, Grandpa Sniffer, Mr. Turdo. I think Turdo is pretty popular though. Castro Jr. and Nancy P. Lousy. Still on a no-fly list for humorous. Baba's weird as heck. He really does. He really he does. He's about 3 sometimes. Well, actually, he's more like 12. You know how 12-year-olds are. Pure Trudolph. Yeah. Fresh meat. Yeah, Grandpa Stiffer. Little Castro Jr. He looks just like him, man. How could we miss that? How can you deny? He looks nothing like his dad or mom. He looks exactly like Castro. Crazy. Put a scraggly beard on him and some age, and you got Castro. I'm telling you. Maybe the old man didn't have the goods to make one. You know, to make a little clone. Maybe they needed Castro's influence, if you get my meaning. Maybe they needed a sperm donor. Ooh, that'd get me in trouble in some places, wouldn't it? Oh, really? That's cool, Adria. It means goddess. As obviously I am. I'm a demure flower and a goddess. Did you see my uneven teeth for a minute there? A goddess. My teeth are very uneven in the front. By the time I get to be 65, I will be able to fix my teeth. I will be able to afford to fix my teeth. Dentistry is expensive here, folks. I don't know about where you live. Dentistry is expensive, unless you just want to get them all pulled. Bad actors. You bet. Meanwhile, we here in the States are wondering how we're going to get through another year and a half. I don't know how we're going to do it. I think you may have a point there, Bummer. That's an interesting hey, I needed a few new. Yeah. Oh heck. Yeah, that's a good one. Why not? I needed some new conspiracy theories. My old ones all turned out to be true. I'm running out of conspiracy theories. They're all truth. Honestly, it's like it's really hard to find a good conspiracy theory now, you know? Because it's mostly true. I have some peanut butter as well. I'm kind of getting hungry again. Well, a lot of them are like that. Wow. My throat just isn't handling anything well at all. I'm going to have to take the syrup. I'm gonna have to get the syrup out. I'm gonna have to find it on the shelf somewhere. But boy, something is making my nose crazy. Wow. I don't know what that is. I've got the windows closed. I don't understand this. I want to sneeze all over you. Definitely, we're going to have to fix some stuff here. I'm going to have to fix myself up a little. Justin, it's always that way. Hard-boiled egg, that sounds good. Hard-boiled eggs are good. You know what? No, I don't have the cold or COVID. I do have a long history of allergies, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm allergic to right this minute, but it might be because I have brought some fresh herbs in. They may have pollen from somewhere. And they may have brought in, I might have brought in some pollen as well. I don't know. I know. I love the smell of dillweed. I brought some in. I love the smell of dillweed. It makes the whole place smell so nice. But I started just sneezing like crazy. Oh, deviled eggs are wonderful. Eggs have been scarce. Wow, that'd be hard. The avian flu. Hmm. Yeah, they do stuff like that. Right now, we're going to have big changes. Absolutely. Okay, Overlander, I'm about to give it up anyway. Get something to drink, fix myself up a little bit. It's been 3 hours. Yeah, generally honey. Yeah, honey and lemon. Okay, Justin, I think I am about to, oh, Dave's gonna turn up the dial on the Halloween con. Okay. Yeah, I won't be too far behind you, Overlander. And you know what? You're gonna hear some ghost stories here too. I'm working on that. Honey, yeah. Okay, love you guys. Remember, the truth is where you find it. Tell people you love them because you never know. And remember that you are divine. And when you dream, dream well and create well. Oh, I'm feeling better now. I got a little bit more honey and stuff in me. Okay, see you in blessings.